FSD 10.3.1 drive. Some challenging situations. Car here is just too far centered in the road to turn left. So if a car is going to come and make a left, it's going to be very tight for that car. So the car needs to stay further on the right side when making these kind of lefts. But once it commits, it does a pretty good job of getting out. Here was just simply a nice turn, nice and smooth, plenty of speed and acceleration. It saw this car making a 3-point turn in the middle of the road and stopped nicely. Here the car needs to stay in the left lane, but it's going to veer and trying to go into the right lane, so I have to take over. And you can see the path that it's predicting that right lane as well, and I went back and reviewed it. There's no yield here. The car just slows down and stops when it should have been able to see and just kept going. So I'm going to kind of count that as a fail in this roundabout. Tried to make a U-turn up here later and didn't work. Coming back to the traffic circle, a little bit of a slowdown, no traffic coming. Finally, does a pretty good job here of getting through. Not too bad. We're going to turn around and come back. Car's slowing down, no traffic coming, comes to a stop, makes a commitment to go, but now the problem is it wants to stop dead here. Now this bus is waiting, so I have to take over and just get out of this bus's way. So I'm going to count that as another failure. Challenged this road closed sign. It ignored it. It was open to through traffic, so I'm not sure if that's a fail or not, but that's an interesting case. Here we're going to veer and go really into the wrong lane. So there was nobody coming, so I just let it correct itself, but that needed to be a much better turn. Back to our roundabout. Again, we're slowing down to a crawl in the middle of this roundabout. Finally, I can't remember if I pressed the accelerator to get up to speed and we're gone. Now we're going to pick up the wrong traffic lights. I think it sees the traffic lights on the right, which are from the angle right, and the car wanted to go through these traffic lights, so I had to put on the brakes pretty aggressively. So that was a good fail. Here's a good case of it finding this pedestrian pretty far back, slowing down, making a little bit out to the left to get around that pedestrian, so that's pretty nice. Another case of the car wanting to be in the middle of this lane, or the middle of this road. The car stopped. I don't know if it stopped short because of that car turning in, or the stop sign, or just sometimes they stop short, I don't know. But we'll see this car is going to start to try and inch out and then get in the middle of this road. And again, for anybody trying to make a left into this road, that's going to be really difficult because I'm in the middle and I'm pretty far out. So the car needs to be a lot better at this situation, so I want to back up and try it again there. Attempt 2, let it follow another car out. Seemed to do a little bit better staying on the right side, but again, you can see it creeping up to the middle. There was no traffic coming, so it saw a good path and exited pretty quickly. A couple attempts to try the new parking, auto parking. Worked out pretty well. There's 2 attempts here you'll see. The first one, pulled into the parking lot and the card immediately let me select the parking option. But you'll see the second one in a second where I actually drove around on the other side of this parking lot and would stop a few times, but the parking option never became available. It took me like 3 different tries for the parking to come up. So I'm not sure, is the car looking for lines that it says, hey, when you're stopped, do you want to park? You say, yes, I would like to park, please, but I'm not quite sure. This one struggled a little bit more than the second attempt you'll see. Parks like a human, a bad human like me. But it did center it really nicely in the lanes, which I never get centered in the lane, so kudos to the parking. Again, this is my 3rd attempt to come up with the parking option. This one was much smoother. It's going to come basically right in and make very little adjustments. I'll be curious to use this one supercharging or just out parking in general. It'll be fun to try it for real. Coming back to the same road we saw earlier, making another attempt to make another left. Again, it's too far out and too far in the middle. Once it does come in here in a second, I wish it would have sped up more. I had to press the accelerator. There were some cars coming from the right. I wish it was just a little more aggressive about here. So I finally hit the accelerator to get up to like 30 miles an hour or so. Just a nice left here, nice and smooth. Very human-like left turn. Coming back out on the same road, just a few seconds later, it's going to spot an opening, and again makes a really nice right turn. Very human-like in this case. Waiting for the traffic signal, makes another nice left here. Really tough night. I put it through some challenging conditions, and it found some stuff that probably I wish I would have done better, but it's a work in progress.